The European Parliament has just adopted a resolution that aims to help Europe adapt to emerging security challenges, including building up its drone industry and integrating drones into its defense planning. It also calls for more defense and security cooperation with Indo-Pacific partners, including Taiwan. I'm wondering why Europe is calling for this at this moment. Why now?
Well, in recent months, there has been a sharp increase in what European countries experience as hybrid warfare from Russian actors. And this has pushed the European member states and the EU as a whole to really do something serious to step up to counter these provocations. At least 10 EU member states have experienced these provocations, drone incursions in their airspace, targeting their airports, which has caused disruption, and it also has tested their capacities. So we are at a stage where the European member states are stepping up. And it is the first time that the European Parliament passes such a broad, comprehensive, strategic approach towards drones and the use of drones and the integration of drones into defense planning at the European level.
Is this the first time that the European Parliament has so explicitly called for more defense and security cooperation with Taiwan, and specifically on drones? And is this significant for Europe-Taiwan relations as a whole?
I would refer to the first ever standalone report that the European Parliament passed on Taiwan back in 2021. That report called for an upgrade in our political and economic and trade relations. Of course, defense is part of that, but a few years have passed since then, and we've seen how hybrid warfare is the new security challenge that we're not equipped to face, nor is Taiwan, but we are all making our own efforts on our own ends. So this is the first time I would say so explicitly to see the European Parliament really focus on drones and with Taiwan in that same context. It's also the first time that there is such an explicit focus on security and defense, in addition to the trade and investment dimensions that we always cover, as well as the political and cultural and people to people ties.
And in what specific ways do you think Taiwan and Europe can expand defense cooperation in the future, and cooperation on drones specifically?
Well, Taiwan has already demonstrated to itself and to the region and as well as Europe that it is redefining its defense strategy with drones at the core of its strategy. And I see the Europeans going the same direction because they recognize that drone warfare is going to be part of and the leading, guiding part of modern warfare. So I do see as an extremely important way of cooperation in concrete terms. And I think what I see going forward as an opportunity is not as much import and export, but is more industrial collaboration. So bringing together Taiwanese entities with the know-how, with the expertise, with those European entities that are looking for such innovation and also capacity to integrate innovation into a larger system.